like I'm in Milan. You guys, you have to do the flower market. It's seriously so cute.
As the world's only floating flower market, the Bloemenmarkt is a must-see one in Amsterdam. Situated in the city's southern canal belt, the market has been in existence since 1862. Although most of the stands today sell mostly souvenir items, but there are still a few that focus on fresh flowers. This might have been one of my favorite stops. If you're a massive fan of condiments or savory sauces like I am, then fries sauce is literally the best of both worlds. Who can say no to crispy fries and heavy-duty, yummy sauces?
Stroopwafel? This is what we call Stroopwafel.
Wow, there.
Stroopwafel.
We are definitely not counting calories while in Amsterdam because I'd cry. Although typically not a fan of sweets, I still needed to try this traditional syrup waffle, an iconic Dutch cookie.
City center. Having a hot dog in city center.
Originally founded in The Hague, Rikjsmuseum moved to the country's capital in 1808. It's not only a national museum, but it's also the largest in the Netherlands with more than 1 million objects with 8,000 pieces of art that mostly focuses on Dutch history, including masterpieces by Rembrandt and Vermeer.
You gotta come to the Foodhallen! There's all these local restaurants, but they're promoting international cuisine, Italian, Portuguese, Chinese, Japanese, anything you want.
Foodhallen is a conceptual indoor food market located in the trendy Utrecht district. Before committing to a vendor, take a walk around the premise filled with high-end street food of various cultures around the world. Artisanal burgers, Vietnamese noodles, metzes, dim sum, wood-fire pizzas, you name it. This is a cool and casual gastronomic haven. If you're looking to do some high-end shopping, head to the PC Hooftstraat, where most of the major name brands can be discovered. Named after the 17th century historian and playwright Pierre Cornelis, this area is very much like the Champs-Élysées of the Netherlands, as it has risen to be one of the most expensive streets in the country.
Because you can't come to Amsterdam and not have some Amstel. And it's not light here, it's just Amstel.
If you didn't know, Amstel was born in Amsterdam, so what better way to celebrate your trip than to drink some local beer? Founded in 1870, the Dutch brewery was named after the Amstel River. The pale Pilsner lager-style beer is perfect for summertime or as you cruise on the canal. Both Anne Frank's house and a museum, the establishment is located on the canal and recently renovated. Popular among tourists, this house was where Anne Frank hid from the Nazis during World War II. Although she didn't survive the occupation, her diary was discovered and published in 1947.
We're in 9th Street right now shopping. Tons of cute boutiques and cafes and restaurants, like this one.
Or as locals call it, the Rikjsmuseum is actually also a UNESCO World Heritage Site. 9th Street's in Jordan neighborhood used to be home to the working class. Today, it is one of the cutest shopping areas in Amsterdam. These 9 little streets are filled with charming antique boutiques, eateries, and coffee shops.
A must-do is drinking beer. And there's a windmill!
When the Dutch were complaining about the mass production of breweries, the owner of Brouwerij started this small taproom in 1985. It features 12 standard beers and 3 seasonals. What makes the location so special is that it's right next to the 26.6 meters high De Gogh windmill, making it the tallest windmill in the Netherlands.
Again, Frenching. This is an egg restaurant, and we have egg candies. Ooh, ooh.
Sometimes traveling is all about wandering aimlessly through local neighborhoods. The Pijp is one of them, an area full of bohemian spirits. Popular among students, expats, and creatives, the Pijp oozes an off-the-beaten-path spirit, making a nice break from crowds of tourists near the canals. I highly recommend grabbing a weekend brunch on one of the lovely outdoor terraces, then spend an afternoon browsing through local boutiques.
When in Amsterdam, you have to drink Heineken. Heineken!
Again, we're not counting calories or I hit a wall. Of course, one would down a pint of Heineken beer in Amsterdam, the motherland of this pale lager. There's also a Heineken Museum in the city for hardcore fans. For me, a cold pint at a local pub is just as satisfying.
How did I just get the largest platter? I'm so excited.
Craving for fantastic and fresh seafood? Head to the seafood bar where you can indulge in local seafood from Holland like the razor clams and mussels. This award-winning restaurant was started by the De Visser family that began as fishmongers in a tiny city called Helmond. The restaurant is so successful that it has multiple locations, even one in London. Amsterdam's red light district is just as synonymous as its coffee shops. Brothels, sex shops, museums, these can all be seen in the city's oldest district, now filled with gawking tourists. The city takes much pride in its high tolerance and liberty towards acts that may be criminalized in other countries. Van Goghing today!
That's the only place we can take photos.
To see the largest collection of Van Gogh's paintings and drawings, you'll need to pay a visit to the Van Gogh Museum, which is the most visited museum in Holland. Here you'll be able to admire his most remarkable masterpieces, including almond blossoms, sunflowers, and his self-portrait. Just like in Venice, you simply can't come to Amsterdam and not cruise on the canals. Each cruise is different, but we love the one that serves drinks and narrated fun facts about the city. The tour typically lasts for an hour. It's educational and scenic.